Dorohedoro is a unique and complex series, to say the least, perpetually lost in chaos, blending together elements of post-apocalyptic, horror, comedy, mystery, crime, action, really just a bit of everything, and with a cast of characters that are some of the most fun and compassionate in all of manga. But what I find most compelling about Dorohedoro is the world itself, as through each realm's distinct culture and design makes the setting feel more like the star of the series than anything or anyone else. As the story chaotically jumps from character to character and the larger schemes of the manga's main groups, and the plot can and will change at a moment's notice. But the one constant in Dorohedoro is the bewildering world in which the characters inhabit and the influence it has on them. And through Q Hayashida's beautifully grotesque and elusive illustrations brings a curiosity and substance to nearly every background or location seen throughout the various realms, being both surreal and visceral, to a point where the world itself feels like a living, breathing character, as each realm propagates a unique way of life which can be seen through the characters within them. So in a generally spoiler-free manner, let's take a deeper look into the three realms which make up the series setting, and try to make sense of the chaos that is Dorohedoro, starting with the whole. Whole is a dark industrial and urban landscape where the humans of the world live. It's dense, filthy, dystopian, and often clouded by a layer of black dust pouring down rain onto the city. This creates a compelling and distinct atmosphere for the whole, but also acts as visual storytelling, as its gritty tones are a reflection of the distressing lives the humans live, as their world is under constant attack from the much more powerful species of sorcerers, who come from another world using Whole as a playground to test their magic, as the Whole's grim tone can be viewed as a metaphor for the sorcerer's impact on the humans, as the rain is caused by a buildup of residue from the sorcerer's magic smoke. They come to the Whole to use their magic on the humans, for experimentation, practice, or just entertainment. They're a pollution in the human realm, as when the rain falls, it's a reminder to all of the humans the damage the sorcerers cause. Whole is a place where, if you're not careful, it will swallow you up and spit you back out, full of violence, crime, gains, and sorcerers, where everyone is just trying to make it to tomorrow. Roaming the city streets are disfigured and mutilated humans, the victims of magic users. And it's not uncommon to have a chat with a man with an octopus head or stumble upon a 9-foot cockroach named Johnson. The architecture in Whole is that of a bygone era, as the city is made of massive residential buildings and industrial factories, reminiscent of a post-war Hong Kong, indicating a time where humans were a modern developing civilization, although due to the constant intrusions of sorcerers, everything has kinda gone to shit. The residents now live fearful lives in dilapidated homes made up of scraps from whatever they can pile together, or inside crumbling high-rises. So although the Whole is a pretty miserable place to live, what's special about Whole is that the world and the humans are among the few beings within Dorohedoro that weren't created by devils, giving them a hopeful curiosity to life, as in contrast to the sorcerers, the humans can develop different cultures based on different beliefs. As in the northern Whole district of Marumigi, you see a different culture from central Whole, with architecture and imagery from Eastern religions. So while Whole is a desolate and dangerous place, many of the humans embrace it as their home, enduring their circumstances and finding their own pockets of happiness among the rain, helping each other withstand the constant barrage of magic, like Kasukabe's medical clinic for magic victims, the anti-sorcerer militia, and characters like Nikaido and Kaiman, who find happiness in each other's company and a plate of gyoza, regardless of what the world is like around them. So the Whole is a shithole, and it is the lowest class of the three realms, but it's entirely possible to find purpose and happiness among the mud and sludge. But just on the other side of a magic door is a much brighter place, the world of the sorcerers. The sorcerers are beings created by devils and given their own world to inhabit, so their culture naturally developed into a very religious society, with nearly all of their culture being based on the worship and fear of devils. The world of the sorcerers is a beautiful place with clear blue skies and generally warm weather, and there are no rainy days in the world of magic, at least not naturally. The central cities are made up of elegant and grand Victorian-era architecture with various elements from an array of different religions, such as cathedrals, mosques, and temples, with a general cleanliness compared to the whole, while smaller outskirt towns have a more medieval architecture, as their communities are often made up of weaker magic users and don't have the resources to reach the industrial advancements of the more lucrative cities of the Sorcerer world, which is where the End family resides, a sort of sorcerer crime family in control of the realm, but not necessarily in a tyrannical sense, just a dominant presence. The Sorcerer's world in general is a class-based system with where you live and your quality of life being dependent on your ability to make smoke. The Sorcerers maintain a very monolithic culture with nearly everything in their world pertaining to smoke in one way or another, living lives focused on improving their abilities, selling their smoke, or advancing their technology with smoke-powered machines. Smoke being the source of the Sorcerer's magic abilities, produced by a special smoke gland within their bodies. Also unique to a Sorcerer's anatomy compared to humans is their devil tumors, a small devil inside the brains of all Sorcerers, which is said to be what gives them their souls. Their monolithic culture is most likely a direct result of their monotheistic religion, as their origin and purpose is not left up to interpretation. Sorcerers have seen their gods and their wrath, and it's not uncommon to look into the sky and see a devil flying overhead, willing to strike down any sorcerer who doubts their powers, which creates a more organized society unified by the understanding of their creators, cutting out any typical societal tensions such as conflicting religions and cultural beliefs. And with such an important question to one's existence being so apparent, it allows the sorcerers to focus on other things like technological and scientific advancements, not being bogged down in the overwhelming philosophical questions about their existence, so instead using their knowledge in smoke to further advance their technology, inventions, surgery, medicine, and more, as seen through their advanced flying motorbikes and advanced prosthetics, being able to recreate a fully functioning human body powered by smoke. Although the sorcerer world is not always sunshine and rainbows, as if you are a weak magic user, you will be casted out of society and deemed unworthy, although you could go to school to improve your magic or join the Cross-Eyes Gang, a group of sorcerers with little to no magic powers that band together to survive. And of course, all magic users are still creatures created by devils, making them naturally violent and apathetic beings, as it's not uncommon to see a dead body or two in broad daylight or the occasional delinquent looking to start a fight. Although most sorcerers will develop close bonds with those in their inner circles, especially their partners, which is an important part of a sorcerer's lifestyle. As it's said that long ago, even before we appeared in this world, two sorcerers cooperated for a brighter future, although that was said by N, so take it with a grain of salt. But as seen by the Blue Knight ceremony, the partner system is a bond honored and notarized by devils, so it's clearly part of their design. And this now brings us to, of course, the devils. As you'd expect, the Devil's Realm is Hell, which was created by Chidoruma at the dawn of time. And although this realm belongs to the most powerful beings in existence, it's mostly a barren wasteland without any remarkable architecture or organized civilization, as devils seem to spend most of their time in the world of magic or in the Black House. In Hell, you can find large horn-shaped mountains and a constant rain of recently passed sorcerers, as all sorcerers when they die are sent directly to Hell for eternity to be tortured by devils. So the devils, while being all powerful and living eternal lives with near omnipotent magic, adopt a playful nature of frequent gambling, pranking other devils, or tormenting magic users for really no reason. Being at the top of the hierarchy in all of Dorohedoro with infinite time and power, you'd think devils may be these godlike beings beyond human comprehension with philosophical transcendence, giving them purpose far beyond the consideration of mortals. But the devil's existence is almost the complete opposite of that, as they are actually the most immature and simple-minded of the different domains. Despite all of their power and eternal wisdom, most devils act like children, seeking out basic pleasures and entertainment. Although it seems most devils maintain jobs in Hell that are no more demanding than your average blue-collar work, like rebuilding bodies of dead sorcerers, operating Hell's prison, and training sorcerers for the devil exam. So while this helps provide devils a purpose, the real job of a devil is to fight the never-ending boredom that comes with an eternal existence. As Chidoruma was the first known being in existence, having been alive since the dawn of time, and throughout this incomprehensible amount of time, his only true enemy was boredom. And as a result of this fight, he created sorcerers, their world, other devils, discovered humans, and played with them for a few thousand years until he got bored of that too, and continues to live day by day, looking for anything that can provide entertainment and fight the boredom. This mundane nature is shared among devils, as they are usually seen hanging around humans for entertainment or helping out the humans and sorcerers they knew when they were also mortal. Or in the case of Guda Guda, who in all of his devil power and knowledge, chose to live the life of a pet dog for decades, taking pleasure in one of the simplest forms of existence. So I'm sure any devil that has been alive for thousands of years becomes more and more like Chidoruma, who is the closest thing the world of Dorohedoro has to a god, and he is essentially just a giant troll who eats junk food and plays Nintendo Switch and orchestrates elaborate schemes just for a laugh. Nearing the end of the story, Chidoruma gets to meet another being similar to him, someone with no creator but rather forced themselves into existence through sheer will. And when Chidoruma approaches them, it's like a kid making a new friend on the playground, which I think is one of the best examples of his true nature, or rather just how bored he truly was, and how he longed for something or someone he could consider an equal. So I find it kind of ironic that the most powerful beings at the top of the hierarchy in the entire series have the most miserable existence, just living day by day with no real purpose. So between Hole, the world of the sorcerers, and Hell, Dorohedoro is full of some of the most imaginative and disturbing imagery I've ever seen in manga, with a playful tone that doesn't take itself too serious and knows how to have fun with its violence and setting, and when reading keeps you hooked as you explore the mystery and the characters hidden within its worlds. But apparently MAPPA has decided to leave this series dead in the water for the time being, so I highly recommend you read the manga if you enjoyed the anime, or if you made it this far without doing either, just go start Dorohedoro as soon as you can. I don't care, read it, watch it, do both. Just do it, and hopefully this dive into its worlds at least got you a bit interested. And for those watching that already love Dorohedoro, you guys are awesome, and let me know what you'd like me to discuss next from the insane world of Dorohedoro. So thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed something new, as Dorohedoro has really become one of my favorite series over the past year. So like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more anime and manga content, and I will see you all real soon. Peace.